Hi, everybody. This is Patrick Stiles with another episode of CBD TV. Today with us, we have Marco Alfonsi with Canbiola. Marco, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Patrick. Thank you for having us on your show.
Yeah, absolutely. So Marco is the CEO of Canbiola, a leading CBD company out of the Northeast United States. And Marco, why don't we start by just kind of diving into a little bit about your background, about Canbiola, how this came to be, so everybody kind of knows about your products and your company.
Sure. I'll try to get right to the point. My background from 96 to 2008, ran and owned a couple of broker-dealers down on Wall Street, had, big staffs, did well, took a couple of years off, created a platform in the technology space. Down the road, about in 2015, we merged with a company, our technology company, moved into a company called Rapmail. Rapmail was a publicly traded company on the bulletin board. We moved over our technology. We gave it a good shot for about a year and a half. Technology wasn't moving that well, and then we found an opportunity out on the street for cannabis products, predominantly CBD, zero THC in there. I was able to speak to my board members, and then we did a name change and symbol change in May. To Canbiola.com, symbol CANB, and that's where we're at today. That's why we're speaking to you.
Yeah, wow, how interesting. So, and you guys have a number of different CBD products that we just listed on CBD.co. This is why we're doing the interview, to kind of introduce you to, to the CBD.co, and CBD TV audiences. So what are some of the products that you have at Canbiola?
So we have a couple of flagship products, one of them being the 1500 nanotech technology droplets, if you will. Those are sublingual. What makes us unique and different in that particular category is that we use nanotechnology. We use a sound wave, it's proprietary, but we're able to take down that the nanometer. Comfortably, we say 40 to 50, but it's gone down as low as 30. So that makes our line of nanotech products from 250, 500, 1,000, 1,500, and we did come out with a product for 3,000 as well. So unique
that's
product. It is. Yes.
So this is really cool. I want to make sure that everybody understands this because, at CBD.co, we have close to 50 products right now, give or take. And not a lot of nano ones. And some people are kind of touting like liposomal, and other people are kind of touting nano. And those seem to be kind of the leading mechanisms or technologies in this space to really kind of increase the bioavailability. So traditionally, now correct me if I'm wrong, but CBD is a larger molecule, and we wanted to get into the body and go into the endocannabinoid system that everybody has in their body. In another interview, I kind of talked about that in depth. But basically, when it's a nanoparticle, it's easier for it to enter the body and to get into those receptors where it's going to go to work and actually deliver some of the benefits. Is that right?
That is absolutely right, Patrick. You hit it out of the park with that statement. The smaller the molecule, the more availability you're going to have. Excuse me, had marbles in the mouth there.
Yeah.
So not a worry, but yes, you're absolutely right. The more you're able to absorb into your body, quicker, better reaction.
Yeah. Now, do you know how big a CBD molecule is? Like either when you guys are starting with it or some of the competition that aren't nanoized, like what the difference in size would be? Because, most people probably don't even know what a nanometer is. I know that I'm a little fuzzy on the topic and I'm in the industry.
Yeah, me as well. Again, I can get that answer for you through our manufacturing department. Don't know where they start at, but I know where we were able to bring it down to, because that's the key. That's the secret sauce, obviously.
Sure. I'll provide this as a bit of antidotal information that I've heard, is that with liposomal, which is kind of the competing technology against nanotech, is that some studies have shown increases in bioavailability of 5x to 10x. So I would think that it's probably on a similar kind of like efficacy, like increase there. Now that what I'm citing there, just to be totally clear, isn't necessarily with CBD, but other things, because they make lots of different vitamins, liposomal and things like that. I'm not as familiar with nanotech, but it's very cool. Now, there's something else really unique about your products that I want to talk about, because when I first heard it, it blew my mind. It was one of the big reasons why I was so excited to form this partnership between our companies and get you on CBD.co. But when you guys are creating this nano particle, you're using sound waves. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
How does that even work? Do you know?
I'm not the professor down at the manufacturing plant, but from my understanding it's almost like hitting it with sound and, smashing that molecule all the way down to that 30 nanometer to 40 nanometer size.
Yeah, that's really cool. I wonder if it's really loud. So it's probably, although it's ultrasonic though, right?
Ultrasonic, you got it.
Because we wouldn't be able to hear that, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So, and then something else that we actually had a question for you is that your products are CBD isolate. Is that right?
Correct. So in our world, we start with a pure isolate, 99.5% pure.
Sure.
And then what we do is at the end, we add in some, it looks like almost peanut butter, but we add the terpenes in as well. So we're able to add those 11 terpenes in as well. So we don't start with the raw material and then bring it down to the isolate. We use the isolate and then add some raw material in for the terpenes. So you get the full entourage.
Yeah, that's really cool because, we don't have many isolate products on CBD.co. Another reason why we're so excited to have Canbiola on there. And, some of the people that, come to the site or get in contact with us and they want a product, but they're worried about the trace amounts of THC that can be in a full spectrum hemp oil extract. And kind of the argument goes there is that with the full spectrum hemp oil, you do get a couple more cannabinoids, which does kind of contribute to that entourage effect that you're talking about. But you're adding back some of the terpenes, which is another component of it. So you are kind of making up a lot of ground there. But then what happens on the full spectrum ones is that there's trace amounts of THC. And of course, we look at people's COAs and it's always below that 0.3% federal threshold. But because of that, those trace amounts can show up in drug tests, or people are just kind of worried about it and they're a bit more kind of cautious around that because they're still kind of thinking that marijuana is like a dangerous drug and things like that. So it's nice that you're an isolate and that it's actually basically just CBD plus terpenes in a nanoized delivery mechanism.
Yeah, you're 100% right about that one. And that's kind of unique because a lot of people ask that question. 90% of this industry is really educational. You got to educate your client so the client understands at the end of the day what he's taking, what kind of changes is being made in his body. And, it doesn't get much better than that, right? Because myself as a user, that's how I got involved and engaged in the company is by having someone give me a product, letting me take a sample of it. In about a 4 to 5 day range, my body sort of started taking hold of the product and felt all the benefits associated with CBD.
That's really cool. Awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So let's talk a little bit more broadly about your company because just the other day I did an interview with Dr. Cornfield. We're going to be releasing that around the same time as this one, so people can go and watch that one. That one was a lot of fun as well. But he's on your medical advisory board?
Correct. So the way we planned on tackling the market for the corporate side of it, we could have chose the road to go down to the bodegas and put our products in there. Not that we discounted that or not that we're not doing it. But we felt...
Bodegas like retail?
Yep, the retail side, the local bodegas, gas stations, CVS's.
Oh, okay.
We're not discounting that side of it, but the way we felt our brand would build is if we got engaged with the medical community, the wellness doctors, the holistic doctors, MDs that truly believe in the CBD product. So what we did when we started a little past May, we brought Dr. Ori Smith on. She's from Body Logic. She was one of our first medical advisors to join. And thereafter, we've had another 6 people, well-known names. Dr. Salerno from the Salerno Center. He's got multiple locations in Manhattan and overseas. You have Dr. Fratelloni that came on board. He's a cardiologist as well as a wellness expert. You have Dr. Bettisano that came on board. He's a chiropractor, well-known chiropractor down in New York City. That's huge. And you met Dr. Cornfield yourself. And let me tell you, you can't get sharper people out there than having medical advisors on board with our company. More importantly, we're trying to reach out because a medical professional has multiple people in his office. And if he feels it's going to reap the rewards, he'll recommend giving them the CBD or them trying our CBD product. And then, you can understand that Dr. Cornfield spoke about the patients he's worked with and the benefits that came out of his patients. And that's what makes us successful. And that's why we feel we're penetrating the market aggressively, because we're going to one doctor that might have 600 to 6,000 patients. And if they truly believe in it, remember, those are reoccurring patients because the reorders are usually on a 30-day basis.
Yeah, that's really cool. So it sounds like you're focusing mostly on the doctor market. Is that right?
Correct. The medical market, and then the brand will spill out thereon, because, you need to put the brand out there. So there's multiple ways you could do that. You could spend a whole lot of money in advertisement dollars, or you can find the opt-in person that's going to distribute the brand. And then from there, it'll be a daisy chain. And from the daisy chain, that's where you'll pick up the CVS's and likewise, stores.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So this is another thing that's nice about having you on CBD.co is that sometimes, it's hard to find these practitioner lines of supplements. I don't know if you're familiar with the Metagenics or the Zymogens or like some of those big names out there, but they're well known but they're not necessarily sold in a lot of stores. And people want those, but now, they can go and see their doctor to get the Canbiola products, or if they search on the web, they can come and find us on CBD.co. Of course, I'm sure you guys have your own website, but we're not worried about that competition. At least I'm not.
No, of course not. We're partners now. So.
We're partners. Yeah. No, so that's great. So where do you see the industry going in 2018 and beyond?
Okay, so overall, the industry is getting larger and larger. Right now, medical marijuana is in a handful of states, but they legalize it in a handful of states, but the medical side of it's in 28 states. I believe within the next 4 to 5 years, you'll have it nationwide. And it's getting more and more adopted in today's society. At the end of the day, people like yourself who started CBD.co is huge for us because, we're competing with like-type products with different brand names out there. And I believe the mom and pops will weed themselves out. And as the industry gets bigger and stronger, it's the cream of the crop is going to rise. That's why we want to go after the medical community. And from there, align ourselves with companies like you with CBD.co. Sort of, usher in a new year for everyone, because you can't outweigh the medical benefits of this stuff, because at this point, it's a tidal wave and people are feeling better and well. And, it's not coming from me and we're not stating anything, but at the end of the day, you guys interviewed a lot of people. The feedback you get. It's right there. It's happening every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are a public company, as we are. So I won't ask too much about what you're planning specifically, because I'm sure that's kind of close to the vest. But is there anything that you can share about some of the things that Canbiola may be doing in the future?
Yeah, sure. So some of the things that you see if you read our 8K is that we associated with ourselves with a manufacturing plant. So we have control from cradle to grave. To us, that's everything. We need to control our products, have an understanding how our product is made, built, and distributed. We need quality controls on a by-second basis, if you will. Every product coming out the door needs to meet or exceed what's on that label. That makes us unique from different people. And with the ability with the manufacturing, we're able to white label for a culmination of people, whoever it may be, because we have a high-quality product.
Yeah, that's really cool. So outside the industry, it may even come as a surprise that a lot of companies use contract manufacturers or suppliers and things like that. But you guys are quite unique that you're vertically integrated. So you have your own manufacturing facility. And then what about your hemp? Are you sourcing that from various suppliers, or are you guys also kind of integrated with some farms? What's that look like?
So we're a little of both. So we do source from overseas. We do source from the U.S. Anywhere we source from, regardless of what happens, is under the 0.03%. Right now, we're at 0.018%.
Okay.
Last testing. We do batch testing on all the products.
Yeah.
From there, you know, we plan on coming out with some, you know, because we're a manufacturer now, we're able to come out with more unique products. If we see something we like, we just put the Canbiola spin on it and make it better, stronger, and, you know, we'll move on. We just want to make sure we stay competitive with everybody out on the street. So we do plan in this upcoming year on enhancing our product lines. And some of them we plan on just like freshening up, like our cosmetics section. We plan on freshening up, coming out with some new products. But again, as a good leader of any company, you cannot stay stagnant. If you stay stagnant, you will die. And people who die are worthless to any one of us, right? Our shareholders are holding us pretty accountable for everything we do on a daily basis. And that's the most important thing. If we could deliver what we say, our revenues hopefully will increase if we deliver what we say. At the end of the day, the shareholders will be pleased.
Yeah, that's really cool. So hopefully we can look forward to doing some really awesome co-promotions together between CBD.co and Canbiola that we can offer people some deep discounts or something like that to both get your products into their hands and also get them some savings. So hopefully that's a reality.
Yep, that is a definite reality. That's why, obviously, we contracted up with you guys to get more exposure. Because today, in today's society, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Google, all of those, you know, if we try to advertise on like-type companies like that, they turn us down because they still have the stigma that we're marijuana. We have nothing to do with marijuana. We do not want to get you high. We would love to get you well. And that's the most important thing at Canbiola. We're here to help people. We're here to help our shareholders as well. But at the end of the day, if we fulfill our promises as we kept, everything will go simultaneously together.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And that's the thing that a lot of people outside of the industry probably don't know of, just how hard of a time that we have because we are kind of stigmatized with that cannabis industry, you know, label, even though we are kind of on the health and wellness side of it. So, you know, it you know, affects absolutely the advertising companies out there and of course the merchant banking and things like that. So there's a lot of challenges here, but people like us, the entrepreneurs in the space, are kind of prepared for the challenge to go out there and battle it out, you know, and deliver a good product.
But you are a unique entrepreneur because you saw a vision, you took control of it, and we're very pleased to be affiliated with you because you're using marketing dollars for all our benefits to get more eyeballs, get more education. And like-type companies are great as long as they meet your criteria. It's going to be fun. 2018 is our year, so let's work together and make it happen.
Awesome. Well, this has been great. Thank you so much, Marco, for coming on the show here. I'll give you the last word. Anything you want to say before we sign off?
Yep. I'm looking forward to 2018. I'm looking forward in our working together as our two companies. Obviously, we're public, you're public. Our trading symbol is CANB. Canbiola.com is the website. Feel free to visit us, and hopefully we can do ongoing interviews for updates.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, Marco.
Stay well, Patrick. Thank you.
Okay, bye.